I've been meaning to do this. Bought this a video for this. I bought this back out in paperback, Seaview Terrace, and I had it published about 2003, so over 20 years ago, in paperback, and it's not been back out in all that time. So yeah, I keep meaning to do that, and it's another neighbours story, a lot of it all based on these. It's a kind of character-driven and slice-of-life book with neighbours living at close quarters, and how they, it's not massively plot-driven, it's character-driven. And if you like that sort of thing, it's based on somewhere where I used to live, but the characters are fictional. But you know, obviously some of them are inspired by real events, and it's all about the characters in this cul-de-sac, Seaview Terrace, and there's a lot of conflict between the characters. There's a lot of racism, some racial prejudice, which was very evident when I lived there. So there's that, and they live at all close quarters, and you get their the multi viewpoint, multi narrators, so it's third person. And it's mainly one character who comes, Hassan, and his he comes in and stirs up the neighbourhood, and that's so it's the effects on how his effect on the neighbours and the neighbourhood, and I don't know if there's any autistic characters. There probably are. I mean, Maxine is one of the characters, and she's stuck in a dead-end relationship with her boyfriend Warren, and she sort of is just, she's not really assertive enough to get, well, she is eventually, but anyway, I won't say too much about that. But yeah, and her sort of the intensity of being inside a lot and looking at neighbours, and the other one I wrote about neighbours, which is The Other Side of Carrie Cornish, that's more about the neighbour noise. This is more about the characters and things. It's not, and watching them from afar, which is what Maxine does. But yeah, you've got all sorts of, and there's the gays at the end of the road. There's Guy and Mark, and Guy has names for all the characters. So he has, he calls Maxine the Bronte girl, and he has a name for this other guy who's Busybody, and he calls Hassan the Sultry Sultan, and all sorts of names, as you do when you don't know the characters' names. He calls a woman who's she's quite starchy woman, he calls her Madame Two Swords. So yeah, anyway, I can't remember what else I was going to say. Oh yeah, Hassan actually comes in another story, which is a kind of sequel to this, but it's not a sequel in the sense of it's got that character, but they become the focus in a completely different story, completely different time, a completely different setting, called Far Cry from the Turquoise Room. So if you enjoy reading about Hassan and his sidekicks, and his family do appear a bit in there, but you'll read much more about a completely different story in Far Cry from the Turquoise Room. Anyway, so that was my I thought I would speak about that today. So yeah, the cover is designed by my sister, and it's the same cover as that was that bit, the same cover that was used in the original, but I added new lettering and a new font and a new border. So the original was yellow, but I quite like the blue now, so, but yellow or blue would have been fine. So yeah, thank you. Bye for now.